Hello, I'm Felky, and this is my first time doing something like this, like as in a pre-recorded video. I usually stream on Twitch, but for this one game I could never really beat it on the hardest difficulty while being live, and it took me many hours, so I was doing it on my own time. I was still streaming into Discord, but this is not like one of my live footage from Twitch, so I'm just going to be replaying the video of me beating this one run, and I will try to give commentary, because during my actual run, I was not talking, I was just playing like this. So I will try to give you guys like context and explanations of what I'm doing, and show you guys how it went, because I've been trying to beat this game for a long time now, and I was stuck at the very beginning. I could not even like beat the first boss or the second boss. But then by using one specific relic that I'm going to go through in 2 seconds, it kinda enabled me to at least start the run, for it to get somewhere, and then from here it kinda snowballed. So yeah, I will try to give you guys as much informative or interesting commentary as I can, but I have never did this before, like just playing a video and talking about it. So yeah, the first point, this is my skill tree. I'm going to be playing my favorite sect, which is the Underworld Vidyaraja, and because of this we need to get a very low shift cooldown, so this thing will help. Then we have something over here that puts my max HP up to 30 stacks, which is very nice, and then the max HP is going to be converted to all bonus damage. So this is a pretty solid one. It's nothing amazing or nothing perfect, but it's just pretty good. Then we have more shits cooldown over here, more damage, and max HP again, which is scaled again, and it goes straight into damages. And then this thing boosts those stats, and it multiplies them by 2. So it's pretty nice. Then over here we have the final solution, which is my favorite talisman, because it allows you to not have to choose one or the other branch. You can just have all of them, and I think it's super fun to do it like that. So I got lucky enough that I got some shit cooldown over here as well. We got some all damage, and then this is just the thing that I was talking about the compass. And on top of that, I got also lucky because this thing has a second passive, and this means that whenever we get a Sect Book, it increases all the damage by 3% and the max HP as well. So once again we go back into this one, and then it makes it that your max HP is converted into damage. So that's it for my skills. I also have 2 points over here into having more growth, because I could remove that and put them over here to have 2 more talisman, but I think being able to heal more, especially in this one difficulty, is way better than having like some talisman over here. So this is for the build or for the skill tree. Then over here, if you have no idea how the Underworld Vidyaraja works, it's pretty simple. Pretty much you have a resource over here that slowly recharges on its own, like one by one, and whenever you right click, you're going to apply those bubbles into monsters. And whenever you apply 5 of them, if it's a regular monster, they die immediately, or if it's a boss, it does 1k5 true damage, 1k5% true damage on the boss. So the point is to try to get this as fast as possible. Then you apply it once by using right click, it does this, it's an AoE around the character, and then it slowly recharges. But what you can do is that you can press the shift button, and whenever you press this, it gives you a buff, and this one buff makes the recharge go twice as fast, or something. So yeah, the whole point of the class is just to try to get those bubbles to go to 5, then apply 5 of them to someone, and then it either explodes or take a lot of damage. And of course there is a lot of different Sect Books and a lot of different things that helps you get those bubbles faster or better, which I'm going to go over here. Those are all the books I got during my run. I just want to go on 3 of them, which are very important. It's Total Madness first of all, because the monsters in this difficulty have so much HP, I feel like it's pretty much impossible unless you want to spend 2 years inside of your run to kill anyone without having the 300% all damage up, and then you need to be careful because you also take more damage. But then the key laceration also helps you at the beginning of the game against the annoying dogs to stay range and kind of slash them from a distance, so you are safe and you don't actually like lose too much HP before the first boss, because at the beginning you need to allow yourself to scale your character, like you are very weak. So once the first chapter or 1 and 2 chapter are done, then it gets easier, but this thing really helps me at the beginning, and this thing is just super good overall. And then we have the bullseye over here, which you need to get at some point, because my build mainly deals with flying sword damage, so it's just one of the best one that you can have. This is the sword and the relics that I got into my run. Of course, I didn't start with them, but this is how it looked whenever I finished at the very end. So I got this one sword, which was not the sword I wanted at all, but I really didn't have a choice. It has all damage, range damage, all damage, and shift cooldown. So like I said, for my class, it's very, very good. It's not perfect, but it's good. Over here, the weapon effect don't matter because I'm not using the White Tiger Spirit. Over here, the Imperial Robe, which makes your damage go to 75% bonus and defense by 15. Those stats are doubled whenever you go into Rage mode, which we don't really do often into Rage mode because we mainly stay from a distance and we only go into Strike whenever the bubbles are ready, that I mentioned before. So it's not the best thing to even think about like a Rage effect, but at some point in the game, whenever the gameplay really activates, it can go pretty fast still to go in. But surviving before the rage thing can activate is the hardest part of the run. Once things are into function, it's pretty difficult to get stopped. So then we have the other Dragon Spirits, which flying sword damage plus 30%, which is very nice, and then some kind of healing over here. So that's pretty cool. It's just a good flying sword relic because we mainly want to be using the flying sword with this class. The left click does pretty much nothing for us. Then we have once again over here, increase the flying sword damage dealt by you, which is cool. And then whenever you do a flying sword attack, you send this one blade that does even more damage. So it's just a very good relic for us. And then the last one is just increase all damage dealt by you for 35% whenever we sheath, which we should be constantly sheathing because we have a lot of cooldown reduction, and the fact that we are sheathing is helping the bubbles to go faster or to be just straight up reset. So we are constantly sheathing and constantly doing flying sword damage, so those four are very, very strong. Okay, so now we can start the run. So I sped up some part of the run, I did some cutting, something here and there, but I will be pausing the video whenever I want to explain something or not, it depends. But first of all, I was resetting my run non-stop just to get kill acceleration, because it's the thing that helped me survive early game, and then I was trying to find total madness as soon as possible. But first, I'm using this one, contract over here, which is one of my viewers who told me how it works, because I thought this was a one-time use, but what happened whenever you use this is that you make this one packed, and it increases all your damage by 35%, the attack speed as well, movement speed and everything. It just pretty much gives you like a super buff for the whole run, and I thought it would be a one-time use, but someone told me that it was not the case. So now I'm just using it every time. And this is just how it starts. So, like I said, the kill acceleration at the beginning are very important. So I try to stay from a range to not get too much damage from the beginning, because those dogs are very fucking annoying, as in, if you have two of them and they happen to be not in sync, like one is below the other one, then they're going to jump at you back to back, one by one, and you pretty much never have a fucking opening or opportunity to get to them. So I think it's pretty difficult to deal with. I know it's like the first monster of the game, like in the first area, it's the prologue. But I think like those monsters, depending how much they spawn, can be pretty difficult. So here, I'm getting lucky once again. We have Total Madness immediately, so before the first boss, which is super good. So of course I'm gonna go for that. And that is a very good start. Using my Funeral over here. So yeah, like I said about the whole mechanic of the class, whenever you look over here, I'm waiting to be at 5, and whenever I'm at 5, then I press my right click, and the right click just executes whoever is standing there. And if I need my bolts to go faster, to reload, then I can use my shift, but at this point of the game, I don't really have anything to boost my shifting and everything, so that's a pretty good weapon to get at first. It has all damage and then ignore defense for 37%, so it's not bad at all to get as the first one. Then you have this one thing over here, which is also a pretty good item. I'm gonna put that into the agility slot because I want the flying sword damage increase whenever I get those seal. So it makes it that every time you kill a boss, you have those clarity stone that you're supposed to have during endless mode that just falls and it gives you a bunch of bonuses. And the more you have, and the more the flying sword damage is amplified. It's 7.5% per stone. It's not something I want to keep for the long run, but it's a little bit of a boost at the beginning, and I might get very lucky with one of them as well. Then we have the Blood Reishi, which is very nice because all attack plus 15% and also defense if I'm low HP, depending what my current HP is. Okay, I wanted to go Elite over here, but I decided to go Relic because we might get lucky and get a cool Relic instead. I like to prioritize first Sect Book, then Relic, and then Elite and stuff, or I rarely go to weapons because it's just so unlikely to find the weapon that you're looking for, I believe. So I just go for Sect Book and Relics and try to get lucky. This is a pretty good Relic to get at the beginning. It just automatically at some point you just go through stasis, your attack speed is super amplified, and then you get a movement speed as well, so it's a good relic to have like as a random relic. So killing the first boss. I'm trying to make sure every time I use my right click that my balls are at 6 or at 5. There we go. I'm auto-attacking to see whenever he becomes vulnerable, then once again, 6 balls over here, dodging this one is gonna appear on me, so dodging and then putting 5 balls again over here. There we go. And he's already dead, so he dies like this fast, most likely because of total madness, but, and also the scroll I use at the very beginning that we absorbed. So some inventorying over here. We got very lucky over here because we already got from the first boss the Imperial Robe, which I was already saying I'm going to keep it until the end of the game. So this is one of the best main slot weapon for me, or relic for me, because it gives you a lot of damage and also defense. There we go. So this is thanks to my slot in agility. This one thing is just random. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it gives you like nightmare level, which you don't really want or care about, but it's often pretty good. Like for example over here, I can get some free shit skill cooldown, which I'm going to pick. So it's just good. Only a few of them don't really give you anything, and you feel like, oh well, you know, I don't care about this, but most of them are gonna do something for you. Okay, so about the Sect Book, just for context, right now in this one run, I am trying to find the Scarlet Domain, which is one of the two like branch you can go with my class. And because I'm going to talk about this a lot over and over, I'm just going to show you guys what it is. So this is the weapon that I will be looking for, and then the whole Scarlet Domain thing is that every time you use the shifting button, there is a chance of like a big AoE that expands, appears around your character, and then follows your character around, and then this thing automatically marks the monster inside of the zone and deal damage to them every second, and this is how it looks like. There we go, so that's what I meant. Every time I'm going to talk about like the Scarlet Domain or the big AoE or something, I meant this one thing. So I'm trying to look for this one Scarlet Domain, but I don't have luck over here. Refreshing, don't find it as well. And then the last one is also don't find it. And on top of this, not even a single golden page. So that's a little bit annoying. This weapon is not as good. The one skill I took is that whenever you use the balls, you have 25% chance of getting the balls immediately back, so you can do 2 back-to-back executions. I'm gonna not pick the Heart of Steel over here. I could have gotten it, but because it makes your character take 60% more damage, I'm a little bit scared of getting one-shotted, so I don't really want to use that. Refining, I'm healing as well. Trying to find a good weapon, but this one is not that good, so I'm skipping that. Not getting a good weapon. Not getting a good weapon. Like I said, I'm mainly trying to find my weapon class over here so we can get the whole Scarlet domain going on, but I refreshed so many times. I mean, no spoilers, okay, but I end up refreshing so much, and I actually never fucking find it, but it's you know, no spoilers, no spoilers. So over here, attack speed, movement speed, that's good. Then we have some ult damage, and we have some defense +3, so this is pretty cool. I'm getting all of them. And we go chapter 1. There we go. So with a decent weapon, a decent books as well, over here we can get some good damage going on. Those monsters die fairly easily. They're fairly fast. I could technically go faster and dash inside and do my painting and then go back and everything, but this area also has pigs, and those pigs are pretty fast to come to you. And the pigs themselves are not that difficult to beat. The issue is that whenever a pig sees you and you go a little bit too far from the pig, what happens is that they just spawn next to you. And it can be pretty difficult then to adapt to that. I don't want any of this. We go with Essence Temps over here because every time you kill an enemy, it stacks up to 6 times 2% max HP +2. And remember, every time I have more max HP on my character, it's converted into damage because of my gem or of my stone in my skill tree, right? Like, see this one pig over here, he teleported on me because he was too far away. So to avoid getting just a free hit and get a lot of damage in, I try to just stay at the range. And all this is just because we have Total Madness, okay? Because I take 300% more damage from every source, so I don't want to misdodge a pig attack. And then what do you know, I'm like 1 HP, so just trying to play safe over there. And also in my head, I know I'm having a pretty good run, so I don't want to throw it, so I'm a little bit like careful. None of this is good. I'm gonna go with hunting time over here because movement speed after you kill someone is very, very strong with the Scarlet domain from before that, because the monster die automatically around you, so the more you can run fast, the more you can get to the next monster that's going to die as well, etc, etc, etc. So I'm still in my vision of trying to get the whole Scarlet domain going on, right? Mystic Orb because why not? Then I'm getting all those. I'm gonna get this because I'm not gonna get that actually. Okay, over here I get Fearless because it's just a good one. Plus 30% damage and max HP plus defense. That is just very, very good. There is nothing against that. And now we have the first mini boss. So like always, trying to dodge everything that she does. That's a 1, 2, 3 attack. So 1, 2, 3 going in, boom, my painting, then dodging the hook. The big AoE is like an anti-projectile shit. So that's fine. Then 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, going in, painting, going back. Didn't dodge that. And she does the thing again. There we go. And because Total Madness is a thing, she dies pretty fast, so it's pretty cool. Oh, I'm kinda hiding the HP bar over here. I'll try to move around whenever they are low HP, but my bad. This one is such a good one. Every time you mark one of the bubbles into the monster, there is one chance for every mark that it remarks immediately 1 to 6 bubbles. And once you go at 6, the thing explodes. So if you get lucky, you can technically have like 6 explosions at once, and that's not a lot of monsters that can survive that. So this is a very, very good one to get. This sword is not that good. I'm keeping mine. Not a good relic. To the talisman. Then we go for sword because I'm still trying to get my class sword. And if I have to choose between class sword and money, I want to go with class sword or sword attempt. So we get Ancestor, which is fucking garbage. I mean, the passive of Ancestor is pretty good. The more skill you have, the more damage you do. But the regular stats of this are pretty fucking bad. So we move this one, then one more chance over here. One more chance of getting a good weapon. The other choice was money, so I don't want to do that. Money is important, but in this one difficulty you get a lot of money, so there is never a time where you're not going to get enough. This is a bad weapon. there is never going to be a time in this one difficulty that you want to buy something from the store and you don't have enough. So you don't really need to specifically go for money. Killing those guys, opening this. Okay, so the Qing Whisperer is super nice. I'm a little bit mad over here because this thing is super good if you get the Qing Blade, and I just removed the Qing Blade. I chose to not take it, so it could have been a great combo, but it was not. So I'm a little bit annoyed over here, but that's okay. I'm gonna cool down in 2 seconds. There we go. There we go. I still decide to take it because maybe with a little bit of luck I can get the Qing Blade again, which works pretty good. So I am just taking it just in case. Now we go to edit. Those guys. I'm trying to be careful over here because those guys have a lot of different effects, and one of the effects is creating an AoE of stun. It's the big brown stuff. So I'm trying to be cautious and not getting hit out of nowhere. There we go. Okay, so this is not a good relic for me, so I don't want to use that. Removing this one as well. This weapon is pretty good, so I'm probably going to take it. Wait, no, I don't take it actually. Oh yes, I do. Okay, so I was hesitating because this was all damage plus versus ignore defense, and I chose that all damage plus is better than ignoring defense because some bosses have a lot of defense. It was a little bit of an hesitation, but I think I did the right choice. Okay, so store again. We have a Sect Book over here. Nothing. This is pretty nice. Okay, so over here once again, it's a little bit it's a little bit difficult to choose. I'm gonna disappear. You look at this over here. This thing does that the cooldown of your sheath is reduced by 1 second every time you kill someone. So it is super good to play with my build, right? It's amazing. The issue is that I am so used of dying to this one first boss that it's going to help me in the long run, but then the long run end up never happening because I died to this one boss. So I'm hesitating, do I take this right now and I hope I don't die, or do I take the dodge and maybe if I was supposed to die, or if I was about to die, I will survive thanks to this, but then the scaling is a little bit less good. So I'm trying to understand if I want to risk it or not. And I end up risking it because I'm confident I can kill the first boss now. There we go. So a bunch of relics I want to remove because I don't need those. I already have the blood raisin as well. Reishi. Oh, whatever. Okay, it was a legendary, so I replaced my epic one. So that was a good upgrade. Alright, so first boss, or the second boss, it depends. Or Act 1 boss. So once again, trying to dodge a bunch of shit, and then every time my little balls go to 5, I'm trying to use the thing. I'm also clearing a bunch of ghosts, because the boss makes the ghost explode in a big blue AoE. So I'm just trying to clear the one close to me. And this boss also lifesteal from the blue ghosts. If you let all the ghosts explode, then the HP of the boss is going to go back to full pretty much. So you have to be careful. But because my damage is so high, it doesn't fucking matter, so that's also pretty nice. But that was a pretty fast kill. Getting a bad weapon over here, I don't want that. There we go. Same relic, I don't want this. Okay, then we have a Sect Book over here. I am still looking for the Sanctuary, but I don't find it. So instead I take this one, which is not optimal, but it does that. Whenever I activate my buff for the bubble to recharge faster, I do more damage with my next right click. So it's pretty good, but like once again, in my mind over here, I'm just hoping to get the Sanctuary as soon as possible. This is pretty bad. Okay, this is one example of having those nightmare stones, but nothing really helps you. Like, I don't care about attack speed, I don't care about ice damage, I don't care about nightmare level. So there is not a single one that helps. But it's okay because even though I don't need those, I'm a little bit annoyed over here. Even though I don't need those, it still does 7%.5 of flying sword damage. So it's not that bad, but it's not that good either. And we have a tiger mark over here, which I don't use. This thing also is, it's like a thunderstone, so I don't need that. Then I find Oblivion, which is super nice because I have the Key Whisperer, so now every time I slash something, it's gonna go with a bunch of like white range stuff. So I am still in the mindset of I need to be careful and not troll and not like throw my run. So I'm trying to be range as much as possible to not get hit. I'm resetting a bunch of swords over here to try to get my class weapon, but it never happens. So I don't get my class weapon over here. I'm gonna get a bunch of stones over there, so all damage plus 15 and max HP plus 20 is very, very nice. Then we have lightning damage, I don't need that. And then max HP plus 5. I already reached the max HP maximum over here, but it's not bad to still take it. I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. Okay, so I'm refining my sword. I'm removing everything that I don't need. So I'm keeping all damage. Doing some funny damage over there. There we go. Like I know this is not my final sword because I'm looking for my class sword, so I don't pay too much attention to that. But at the same time, if I don't be careful about my damage already, I'm never going to go to the next area, right? So okay, it is pretty sad because I realized that those white like AoE I'm throwing forward, they are not doing that much damage and they're not that strong. I was hoping that it would do that so much damage. So instead it's pretty shitty, but that's fine. Now we go for Relic. I'm still trying as much as possible to dash and use my kill acceleration, which is the thing that's been carrying me for the beginning of the run. Against those small monsters, it's very, very strong. And I only go in and right click whenever I'm sure I'm not gonna get hit in the same time. Because losing HP is so easy and then getting them back is not that good for now, because I don't have a lot of skills. Okay, so I'm getting this. I'm not too happy about this. Wait, I'm not too happy about this because I keep getting this one thing, and if I want to equip this, I have to remove my little white things, and on top of this, it makes me take twice the damage whenever I get hit. So it's just too risky. It's a good thing, but it's just too risky. So I take it anyways, but I'm mad. Because now if anything gets me, I get 400% damage bonus on myself, and I pretty much kill myself by getting hit by anything right now. And because this one area has a bunch of range guys spamming shurikens and spamming drop kick on your character whenever you get close to them, it's very easy to just make one mistake and just go half HP out of nowhere. And also it's the hardest difficulty of the game, which I've never been in this area before, so I'm not really sure how scaled those monsters are, so I don't really know the damage and everything, so I'm just scared of the monsters having way more damage than in the regular game, and then you end up just dying because they do a lot of damage. Like taking plus 400% damage on anything that hits me, I'm a little bit scared over there. But I don't want to play the whole game like this. I'm still currently waiting to get my sanctuary, so we can just activate it and then just walk in the thing and have the whole like monster die around me gameplay going on. There we go, trying to avoid everything. That took a while. I mean, this is taking a while. And this is also why I'm not doing it on stream. That's also the reason. Oh, this is so unlucky. So I'm getting HP, which I don't need, and I'm getting money, which I don't need. So this choice is so fucking annoying, but I go for money apparently. There is no good choice because I am going to heal regardless by refining my relics, and I am going to get money anyways as well by just killing monsters, so there is not really a point going to one or the other. And there is a skill in the game called money equals power, or I don't know how it's called, but the more money you have, the more damage you have, and because I don't have that, I don't really care about money right now. Okay, so Gale Step is super good. I am very happy finding this right now. I'm gonna put it over here because what it does is that it pretty much does what this thing does, minus the percent of hurt I take, which whenever I use my sheath ability, which is the buff from my balls to go faster, if I immediately do my slash, the damage is ×2. Now, if I wait a little bit, the more I wait, and the less damage it does. So thanks to this, I don't have to take a lot of damage if I fuck up, and it's still the same amount of damage. So that's a pretty good thing to get. Which I immediately remove. okay, I remove it immediately because I just got something even better, which is a Dagger's Mark. And this thing increases all your damage by 35% all the time. So technically it's not better, but it's 35% whenever I do the thing, and then I don't have to immediately shift. I have some breathing room. I'm not forced to a gameplay to min-max, which makes me feel better. But the other one was still super nice. I'm looking at this because usually I take this in my previous run, so I'm just trying to understand if I'm not missing anything important, which I'm not. I already have this one. There we go. So this one boss is very difficult because from the very beginning of the fight, he does everything. So tornadoes, jumping, he goes underground, he has a bunch of stuff happening everywhere. So it is just like a lot of stuff to dodge. So I'm just trying to spam dash. I almost died over here. I'm trying to spam dash, not using too much of my gourds, and just pretty much trying to go in every time my stacks are ready and try to get lucky getting like a very big damage. But this boss is just about dodging. And whenever he grabs you into him, you have to get lucky to not get one tapped. I am very surprised I did not get one-shotted whenever he does the two-fister. I thought this was a guaranteed one-shot because I still, in this one point, I still take 300 damage bonus whenever I get hit by anything. So I'm surprised to be that tanky. But it's just because at the same time my max HP is now so deep that it's very difficult to die at this one stage. So Boone trying to kite him around, just waiting for my stacks to be ready. I fucked up this one, that's completely my fault. This one as well, but that's okay. That's my last gourd, and now he's dead. So this boss is just a struggle. I just struggle against this guy. I don't think it's that difficult, but it's a skill issue. I cannot fight this guy. I'm bad. Bad weapon, so I don't want to get that. I don't need any of those. I'm going to go with Bloodbath over here because it just increases your damage as long as you kill people, like up to 12 stack or something, and you only lose those stacks whenever you get hit, and I'm never supposed to get hit, so it's pretty nice. Okay. Still spamming the range attack. Because it's working, not because it's a cheese, not because it's easy mode, not because it's, you know, anything else. Because it's working, so why would I not use it if something is working? You tell me about that. But now they start having a bunch of shields, so it's getting difficult to just be arranged and attack them. At this point, my white AoE attack doesn't do any fucking damage anymore. The short range like Keyblade, it's not good anymore. So I'm just dashing every 2 seconds to get the big one that goes very far away. The other one I'm never using. I'm just looking at the gameplay. I don't have much to say about this because it's just you know, like mobbing. I wish it would be faster, but that for now we have to deal with this. This is pretty nice to get, but I will get that later. I'm still trying to. Oh, there we go. This is where I get Bullseye, and Bullseye is considered like the best. One of the best book whenever you play with flying sword. Is the equivalent of Total Madness for the top branch of the skill tree, but for the flying sword skill tree. So it's super nice. Having 5% chance to do 360% damage and then just more attack on your flying sword. It's a very good skill book. So I'm very happy I gotten that one. It's not like nothing is really mandatory that you need to get, but this one is super good. I got a hit. I got lucky over here. This is a loot goblin. I got very lucky because those happen just randomly. They just have a lot of loot with them, and you get them if you're lucky. I think he almost escaped or something because I didn't see him at first, but he dropped me 3 or 4 goodies, which I don't want this one weapon. I don't want this one relic, obviously. But then we got the other spirit dragon, which is very nice, which I will go over in 2 seconds, I hope, if I press tab at any point, which I do not. I mean, oh, it doesn't matter. I already explained in the beginning of the game what it does. This is one of my final relic I was looking for, so I'm very happy about this. Scaling up always. At this point, I'm not worried anymore about not killing a boss because I know my damage is high. I'm just worried about those monster areas because some of those elites, like this one for example, they have crazy modifiers and they can just run you down out of nowhere. So bosses, especially in this one game, which is very goodly balanced, I think, for boss fight, if you know where to position yourself during XYZ attack, it's very difficult to get hit. But once again, because in this one difficulty, I never got to like the latest bosses. I don't really know what they do because I forgot to mention it, but in Chaotic Breakdown, every single boss has an extra mechanic onto them. For example, the first boss, I killed him too fast, but he drops a bunch of eyes, and those eyes shoot lasers at you, which they're not supposed to do. So every single boss has that. There we go. So Dragon Spirit has flying sword damage, and then has also a chance to heal you. So it's very nice. Okay. I am refining all this, trying to find my class weapon again, but once again getting some fucking garbage instead. Not a problem. Not getting mad. Not affected. It's completely fine. So this one boss I really hate because my build is mainly about getting to a one target and busting him, but because this one boss forces you to attack a bunch of different objectives, otherwise the boat explodes, it's pretty difficult to organize like the attacks. Because I need to destroy those green stuff. If I don't, the boat explode, and I also need to kill the boss. So I cannot be spending too much of my energy on one or the other, so I kinda have to be lucky. I did not dodge over here the charm, which is from the left guy's skull, so that's a disaster, but here it comes. There we go. This one I dodged because this thing can one-shot your character because you lose control of it for 3 seconds, and it's very difficult. There we go, dodging it again. And he does that thing. The boat is not even half HP, so it's all good. Dodging this one again, the charm thing. And there it is! One of my most hated bosses is not even that much of a problem, so I'm pretty happy about this.
Hey, 发什么呆呢？不过是一些小事就把你惊住了。
Oh, I sped up over here because I spent some time rerolling my weapons in 2 seconds. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, there we go. I think I do it first, right? Yeah, so we go with Deadly Joy over here because every time I trigger my thing, it boosts my damage and movement speed, which is good. But once again, I am still looking for the sanctuary thing, like the realm I'm talking about all the time. And unfortunately, I have still yet to see it. Little bit annoying. So now I'm trying to compare my different weapons and try to find the one that is the better one. Recycling this, I decide over here to remove my my Qing Whisperer, which is the thing that you remember, like those white waves I keep mentioning. Is not good anymore at all, so I just remove them completely. And I'm just rerolling like 25 times to try to find my class weapon, and I never find it. So that's a little bit annoying. Because without my class weapon, I cannot have my sanctuary follow me around. And there we go. So now I have this pretty good weapon. The issue is that I don't need to get fire damage, and I don't need the attack speed. So we're gonna go with some rerolling over there. I'm trying. Okay, if you hear some like background noise, it's because I'm streaming on Discord and my friends are putting some soundboards. So don't worry about it. But like, okay, it's not something I added like post production for like the fucking for the funny factor. It's just in the video because it's there. God. Okay. There we go. So now we have a pretty good weapon. My synergy is not the best still, but it's kinda slowly starting to make sense. I got hit by that, which is pretty bad. Like always, still trying to stay as long range as possible. I also got hit by this, which is very, very bad because this monster does a lot of damage. But it's not really hurting me, I think, because I kind of forgot why I'm so tanky whenever I get hit only once or twice, but there is something going on with my build. I wish I could remember what it is, but those rolling attacks monsters are super dangerous. And I kind of forgot why I don't get one-shotted over there. Now, to be honest, I have a bunch of buffs over here. I don't even know what they mean because I forgot, so I will not be surprised. This is a bad relic, but because I'm not using the Keyblade anymore, I don't need to get the Qing Whisperer. So now it does that every time I dash. I send away a bunch of little things. Wait, unless it doesn't. Did I put it into my agility slot? I forgot. I think it does, but I kind of forgot, to be honest. I cannot see it, so... Okay, it doesn't matter too much because I'm not trying to use it as a main relic anyways. I just wanted to get rid of the Qing Whisperer because we don't have the blade anymore, so it's fucking useless. There we go. I think I take this one thing because it's replacing the thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so whenever I dash, I was sending an ink fire for 500 damage or for 5k damage, but instead... we're going to go with this, because with my current build, which is not the one I want in the long run, I do apply Terrified, Stunned, and Frozen on the enemy whenever I do my right click. So I'm going to swap that around. But like you can tell my build is like slowly shifting from the one branch I wanted to use, which was the Sanctuary, to the other one, which is the long range. It's unfortunate because you don't have a choice about this, but at the end of the day, I think I'm pretty happy that it happened. The Sanctuary thing is super fun and super good whenever you want to like to try to kill monsters, but against bosses, it doesn't give you as many resets, so you have less burst damage, so you need to avoid boss mechanics more when you don't play with Sanctuary. When you play with Sanctuary, sorry. So that's why it can be deadly. I got hit again by something over here I didn't see. We have the Mystic Orb, back to full HP. Every time I refine something, my HP goes back up. It's because of my skill tree, so it's pretty convenient. And those guys. The big brown AoE over there is the one that stuns your character. Like, there we go, see, it worked. So that's why I try to stay away from those guys a lot, because if you happen to be close range whenever it happens, you get the mini stun, and then yeah, something bad can happen. I mean, obviously, you know, you get stunned. So boss fight over here. I mean, elite. There he is. So he has a bunch of popcorns, and he also does the AoE of stun. So killing him from a distance because I don't want to get any risks. The second elite is over there. This one has everything but the AoE of stun. But instead, he does like the red vines that you have to avoid, which I do over here. At some point I get hit by that because it's pretty hard to avoid, but not this time. Spawning. That's when I get hit, yeah. Those things ended. I was playing on stream a previous one in the previous difficulty. This thing just one-shot my character at some point because I thought I was safe and I just dashed forward and I immediately fucking died. Unlucky. Dodging those two wallers. Like from this one point, I can use more and more my right click into small monsters because it just does a lot more damage. So I can be sure that whenever I go in and actually click it, they're all going to die very fast. Because if I go in and click and no one and they don't actually die before I can dash away again, then this is when I take damage and it can be just the end. So now we have 3 different Celestial Jade, so I'm pretty happy with this. I love Celestial Jade, it's so good. Okay, so recycling all this. Now we have this one boss. Okay, so this one boss, I consider this one boss the weakest of the game. She doesn't really do anything for the whole fight. What she does is that she puts on the ground a bunch of explosions that only detonate whenever you step on it, and after a delay. So I think this boss is pretty fucking bad, but I don't know if it's because I'm playing on the Chaotic Breakdown or not, but at some point the traps just explode by themselves. Like see, I'm stepping on them right here to like remove them a little bit. But some of them just explode immediately, so maybe it's because of the new difficulty, maybe not, but I'm not too sure. This boss is just very easy. I'm not even fighting. In the corner you can see like 4 different monsters trying to kill me. I'm not even fighting them because they just miss, and then she's just dead like this. I don't know. I never really understood what was difficult about this one boss. I mean, it's an in-between boss, so it's fine. Okay, so I went back into the video just to talk about this one because I am not sure how to understand this one. In my understanding, every time you deal melee or flying sword damage, you recover 1% of max up to once per second. So I think they mean max HP, but I'm not too sure. And this is why I never take this confidently, because I don't actually know if it's healing or not. I think it is, that's why I'm taking it right now, but I am not actually sure it does that. One more bad weapon. Like this one, I got like 40 different Draco Slayers, so pretty unlucky. I am still looking at this point for my class weapon, which I don't really find, so that's a thing. Getting once again the Heart of Hatred for like the the 4th time or 5th time. This area is really difficult. There's a bunch of trees, like those red vine trees I mentioned before. There's a bunch of them over here hiding. And like, see, I got hit again by this. Like, I am trying my utmost to not get hit ever, because I know I can get one-tapped by something surprising, and yet those things are hitting me still. Like, I'm not pretending to be dodging everything and I'm the best at everything or whatever, but I'm actually focusing hard to dodge mechanics and I still get hit. So it's a bit annoying. And by this point, to be honest, I'm a little bit stressed as well. Like, I'm not super relaxed. I have never been this far into the run. This is my first time getting to this one chapter, so I'm just a little bit like, ooh. But all good. Didn't dodge this one. I'm using more and more my painting, which I should do. If I could, in retrospect. Oh, I got back a little bit over here because we get Saberstone over there. The Saberstone is super nice because whenever you see it, all your damage plus 40% for 3 seconds, and then it also does a bunch of damage on the spot. It's a very good one if you play with flying sword damage. I already explained at the beginning of the video. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself over here, but yeah. The beginning of this video for you guys is like around what, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but for me it was a long time ago because I keep re-recording and I keep changing what I say and I keep cutting myself. So yeah, this has been a long day of recording for me, okay? But yeah, I'm trying to keep it as smooth as possible without pausing every 2 seconds, but sometimes I also want to pause to talk about important stuff. But yeah, I hope the result is not that bad. Like I said at the beginning, this is my first time doing a video like this, so hopefully it's fun to watch for you guys. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Okay, I'm backtracking over here because on purpose I left those on the floor, so I could heal from them if I ever get hit. One more Cosmos, which we got like fucking 7 of them at this point. I remove that, and I go back into the next area. I'll speed up a little bit over here. There we go. Now the store. Those are 3 bad ones. Bad as well. Okay, now it's between whenever your full HP does 60% more damage. There we go. Or this one, which is good because it's like bonus damage. All bonus damage, no matter what element it is, it's always good. But I go with the all damage whenever I'm full HP. I think that my healing is allowing me to be full HP most of the time, so I want to believe in that. But like I said before, whenever I talked about the leeching teeth, I just hope that it's actually HP that you leech. Because if it's not HP, I don't really know what it is. Okay, so this one boss don't really change from the regular game. It's just that as you fight him, you are constantly attacked by a bunch of meteorites from the sky. So you have to dodge what he does, attack the little blobs, and at the same time just constantly dodge shit. There we go. Hiding behind the pillar over here to not get the AoE. Dodging this. Good. I'm just trying to wait for this to be fully, and then I go in and I do my big move. That's the only thing I'm doing right now. Dodging the big hand. I dash right into that, but that's okay. Perfect. I mean, I got hit way too much for it to be perfect, but it was good enough, okay? Doing some inventorying over here. There we go. So this is the one spot in the game when I was like, okay, I am not finding my weapons, my class weapon. I am not finding the sanctuary. If I reroll this, there's a chance I will not find this again and not find the thing I want as well. So this is the point where I'm like, fuck it, I'm transitioning. I don't use the Scarlet Domain anymore, and we use this. So this is the second big branch, and it does that whenever you just do your buff on yourself, the thing that makes my ball go faster, my next right click is going to have a very big range and also increase the damage by 200%. So that's just something that you should be able to spam from this one point, and it's the opposite of having constantly the sanctuary that is following you around and doing damage over time. We got a wild ghost again because this weapon is very, very popular apparently. Now we go into the caves, or the ruins, I think. Okay, so I don't need this. Trying to get a good sword still, even though I don't really need that. My current weapon is super good, so I don't really need to look for a good one. And now I'm not trying anymore to get the sanctuary, so I don't really care, but you know. So flying sword damage is super nice, sheath cooldown is also super good, so that's a super nice one. Melee attack, don't really need that, and then flying sword damage again, and the same one again. So those are super nice. So now the whole gameplay is that, which is, I am using my sheath, there is a chance that it resets itself, which is super cool, because by doing this, I immediately get 5, so now I can use those. When I use those, there is a chance that they already once more reset, and if not, I can press this and make them manually reset, then I can press it again, then once again, a chance of resetting. So, more like, long story short, we have 4 different triggers to reset my balls, and if I get them back to back, there is no limit to how much damage I can deal. Anyway, and that is just how it's supposed to look like. So the luckier I am with my resets, and the bigger damage we do. Okay, we get it. I'm very happy because it's working pretty well. Okay, so I am going for a big number over here. I want to show my big numbers, but not very useful to do that for 2 years. There we go, I stopped. Nice. I should have probably cut that from the video, but it's fine, it's there, whatever. So now from here, I do this one new gameplay, which is sheathing. Okay, first of all, I get hit over here because I'm stupid, and I got to half HP immediately because of one mistake, so I should be careful. And then sheathing, right click, sheathing, right click, etc. So we can always have a good range. And there we go. So from here, this is where the gameplay really worked great. Now, Illusion of Slaughter, I am very happy finding that over here, because there is a chance whenever you do damage to do 600% damage and trigger all the kill effects. And my main skill on this character does 1k 5% true damage. So if I get lucky enough that this thing triggers on my funeral, this is just going to be like too much damage. And it does happen. I will not spoil it, but one of the bosses gets those effects together and he disappears very fast. So super happy about getting this. Continuing. Over here, this is the thing that whenever you die, you don't die anymore. Like, you survive one death. So, I could have not taken this, but at this point I'm a little bit scared of just throwing my run because I have never had such a good run that I go for safe. For safe gameplay over here. Okay. We have more Discord soundboards. Though all those are pretty bad, and I keep getting them, I'm gonna get this one because whenever I kill someone, I get HP back, and I have something that whenever I'm full HP, I do 60% more damage, so it's the best one, but it's not very good. Oh my god. I get a free relic over here because I got lucky. The shop has nothing I need, so this is just going to be recycling. We have one cool book over here, which is going to be... not this. This one. So now, because of this, I told you, your bleeding, poison, and burning have a chance to mark. So every time I do my mark, there is a chance that the enemy gets bleeding, poison, or burning. And now, my mark also has a chance of putting one more mark whenever it happens. So if I keep getting lucky, I can just mark one, and then it just ping pong non-stop, and it just does 1,000,000 damage. It's pretty RNG, but because you do right click a lot often, then the odds are pretty high, to be honest. This is a mini boss. This boss I thought would be so difficult because he has a bunch of guys. There's a bunch of guys, as you can see, outside of the arena that shoot arrows at you. So at some point it gets ridiculous. But because my damage is so high, you don't really have to deal with that. So it's pretty nice. I get hit over here. Like, I could not even move. So middle, top, bottom. Neo shooting, right click, and he's dead. So yeah, because my damage is just so high now, I pretty much invalidate every boss mechanics, which is super nice. What do we take over here? Oh, because of my lifesteal, I think this is the best choice, because now my lifesteal is even more lifesteal E. Lifesteal E. White tiger again, but this weapon is worse than the one I'm currently wearing, so we don't take it. And then from there it's just smooth sailing. I just killed by accident this goblin. I didn't even realize he was a goblin and he just died by accident. But that was pretty nice. One more fucking Draco sword over there! I'm gonna clear the room before I get to the loot because I don't want to die by surprise. So now I go back into the monster. I go back into the loot. I don't need this. That's 2 more Sect Books for free, which is super nice. This arm is not that good, but it's just whatever by now. When marking an enemy with the death stroke, there is a chance to inflict bleeding points. So once again, the thing I just told you before about the 15%, now there is even more chance of them getting into the status thing. I don't think oh yeah, I do take it now. Never mind. Never mind. I took it now. So that is super good. Now we get a weapon. So I have my high hopes because I might get my class weapon that is not the one for the sanctuary, but the one class weapon that is for this one branch of the thing, like with the whole thing. But okay, well, it's it's already over. So for this whole run, we did not see even once one of the 2 class weapon I have, and yeah, it's just RNG, and that's very annoying. Despite having most of the sword of the game vetoed, like out of the game, I cannot see them in my run because I removed them from the run. I still struggle to find the one I want. There you go, killing everyone. Okay. And this is the minion rush room, I think, with a bunch of little guys spawning non-stop. Perfect. And now one of my most hated bosses, which I watched many videos of this one boss, but it has a lot of stuff going on, and We get Wild Ghost again, because apparently this run is sponsored by Wild Ghost Industries or something. It's so annoying, but it's fine. Removing all of those, I don't need any of them. My build right now is already super good, so I don't really need anything anymore. I'm just looking once again the Berserker chain, because I know that in my previous run I was using that even there, but I think it's because I was using the Thunder God, not the one I'm currently using. That's why I'm always like hesitant about this. Okay, so this boss for me is a struggle. Okay, it's a skill issue, guys. Okay, I am very bad against this one boss once again. So yeah, I will point out my mistakes, but also point out the good thing I do. So I dodge this one attack, which is super nice to begin with. Then I get hit by this one, which is not nice at all. Then she does the fucking red snake, and I actually go inside of it. Like, I know for a fact the first snake is down, then up, and I still go inside of it. And I get hit twice more. Then I get hit by this, which is the room split, which is always left and right, always, and it still fucking gets me, so that's my bad again. I dodged this one though. Let me go in. Do a big hit over there. Then she does the corner attack, which I position myself poorly over here once again. I get hit by this, which I'm not supposed to get hit by. And I'm sticking bottom right, so I don't get hit by the other one. That's a big hit, so she immediately fucks off into the middle of the area. And then boom! And this is Illusion of Slaughter triggering over there. So this was the 600%. This was the 600% damage chance from the Illusion of Slaughter, and this just like carried my boss fight. It's a 15% chance, and yeah, that was pretty lucky. I'm gonna go with Bloody Thorn over here because it's good. Removing this one. And there it is. It's starting to smell like the end. The bosses are dying fast. Everything feels good and floaty. I mean, not floaty, but everything is going together. Don't need this. I can take this. It's good. And then max HP as well. At this point, I'm already max HP max, but I'm taking it because why not, right? There we go. Don't need this. Okay, for the first time since I started this game, it never happened before, I am actually going to pick up those things. So, reduces the enemy's attack by 50% until next time, so until the end of the game, which is super cool. Like, I actually have never touched this in my life before. And then reduce range damage received by 50%, sorry, until you arrive next station. So, those things makes me less vulnerable and more tanky, and it's just good. I don't have that much redstones to be gambling with those, but because I know it's gonna be the last boss soon-ish, I just try to get all the chances to win. I know, so surprising, right? Bad weapon again. Like, I did not find once my class weapon for the whole game. That is crazy. And then I can do it a bit of damage over here. So I'm just testing the whole thing. Every time I right click, I need to make sure the right click isn't already reset. If it's not a reset, I use my shifting. My shifting automatically resets my right click, and then go back. It's the same gameplay every time, but the only thing I need myself to be careful is looking top left of the screen and not use a reset if it's already reset. Because if I do it, it's just really fucking bad. Okay, this one boss is surprisingly easy. I think the only thing that I'm bad against this boss is understanding whenever you can damage her and whenever you cannot. So I'm using my funeral a little bit randomly over there, and I'm not really sure whenever I can hit. Like, see over here I just missed, for example, because I am not too sure whenever you can hit her and whenever you cannot. So I'm just randomly attacking and hoping for the best, which works. Now this one is pretty funny because I just go in and I don't care. There we go, because you technically don't have to avoid anything if your damage kills the boss before it does anything. So don't need to worry about that. My damage right now is just too high, so it's super nice. Okay, then I will reset this just in case, but those 3 last pages are the 3 last pages, like there is nothing else. So I'm just taking the middle one over there, but there is no more choices, or no more refreshes. And now we have the actual boss of the game, which I forgot its name, but it's there. I'm letting the video play because I'm a little bit scared. I'm very stressed over here because I didn't even kill this boss that much, even in the regular playthrough. Because it's the boss that you unlock whenever you beat the game multiple times already, so I could not really practice this boss, but I know what it does. And I'm ready to avoid like the deadly attacks. I'm focusing on avoiding meteorites that spawn in the corner of the room and a big laser. So I'm spamming the reset, I'm looking top left, spamming. Every time I see something that goes reset, I just press the right click. I don't try to avoid this, I don't try to dodge the wave attack, it's not that dangerous. And there it is!
Oh my god! Nice!
Yay! There we go. Okay, so it's a little bit not super hype because I knew it was gonna happen and because, you know, I'm just commentating on it, but I was super happy, dude. I was super happy whenever I saw it was over. Removing all those. And I am still looking for a better one, that's why I'm looking at those. And there it is! Now this is just me being happy and spamming my abilities. And this is how the game ends. So I'm gonna let the scene play. Oh, what am I doing? Okay.
7000年前，弱小的蛇族接受了无根之神的力量，成为了他在这片大陆的代行者。古老的契约被打破，天平失去了平衡，一切都陷入了混乱之中。在此，我将以新河罗神之名，重新立下契约。 无根的子民啊，请停止这无意义的争斗，随我一同返回大海吧。从此不再侵犯有根之灵的土地，以天地为证。再见了，彼岸哥。 再见了，大家。
Yay! And that's it. That is the true ending of this game on the hardest difficulty. And yeah, it was a pretty good time. I mean, this game is one of my favorite games of all time, so I'm very happy that I could beat it. And there we go, that is all that happened. So, like I keep saying, this is my first time of doing those videos, so if you guys want to let me think what you thought about it, if you like, you know, the commentary, the video, the poses, something, I'm not going to be posting too many of those type of video because I mainly do my stuff whenever I'm live. But yeah, if another opportunity comes that I want to do something off stream and it end up being like a pretty cool video and I want to share with you guys, I will post similar videos in the future. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far and you're watching this right now and I'm doing my ending, thank you for sticking for the whole video. Or thank you for skipping to the part whenever it says ending or whatever I'm going to type over there. Thank you guys. I am very bad at ending videos, so I'm just going to click on stop recording. And thank you for watching. And I will see you all next time or tomorrow on my stream. Bye bye. Thank you guys.